What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Eastside RC. Today we're going to be doing the clutch work on the Raminator engine. This is a Taylor 50 GT engine, and this clutch work that we're going to be doing also applies to two other engines, the GP420 and the GP460. What I'm going to be doing is softening the takeoff on the Raminator engine. The clutch springs that we're going to be changing out today are the GT399. These are DDM's Clutch Saver springs. They are super nice and they engage around 5,000 RPMs as opposed to the red springs 7,000 RPMs. What we have here is a Taylor clutch tool, flywheel tool, and we have a DDM clutch tool. This is a very nice tool. I don't have the part number, but it's easy to find on DDM. This is a GP420 460 clutch tool as well as the Raminator engine. Very nice billet piece. Super quality piece right here. All right, so we're going to be using that to take this clutch off. And these are our tools. These are nuts and bolts here for this. So let's direct our attention to the Raminator engine. And we are going to work on this clutch right here. So let's get right at it. All right, first things first, I like to take my Milwaukee impact gun, my Surge, grip the clutch like this, as tight as I can, and take off the center nut. Now we're going to swap it, and we're going to use a Torx bit, and this is a T25. That goes up in here to remove this. Sometimes this drill just isn't enough, so I need a little bit more arse. This here is the Big Daddy Surge. Let's see if she breaks loose. She's a little tight. I have to use some heat. Let's see how that heat worked out for us. Not very good. All right, since we're having trouble fighting that, we're going to go ahead and remove the Taylor pull start and hold it with the removal tool. All right, for those of you who haven't seen this thing, notice it's slotted here and here. You got a hole here and a hole here. Those are the ones you're going to use. So you just lay this up here like this. Thread it in here. Thread it over here. This way, you don't have to take off your pawl assembly. This is widened enough to where it fits in between these plastic pawls. So you just get this like so, and then you're just going to snug it. You're just going to simply hand tighten it. That's it. Just like this. Snug. You're done. Okay? Now you can tip it up. And we got something to hold. You can either hold it by your hand, or you can put a crescent wrench on there, or a wrench of this size to get these nuts off over here and break this loose. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, we got this side held with a 22 millimeter wrench, and we're going to try and bust this loose over here. I got this heated. Look, come right loose, no problem with the heat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? This is MS22, 222 Loctite holding this good, y'all. All right? You're just simply going to heat like this. All right, we're going to watch it again. This was 1.5 minutes of heat. And that's all it's needed, about 1.5 minutes. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, dog. Okay. All right, guys, my bad. I completely forgot to hit record on the video. What you want to do is you want to thread this through until it's flush on the bottom. And you want to leave the screw, you want to put the screw that holds the clutch on back in the clutch, okay? Then you want to get this snug, and then you want to tighten all these equally. Once they've been tightened equally, you simply just crank down on them like this, little bit at a time, okay? And it will go pop, and it will pull the whole clutch off, okay? So you just keep going like this and tighten, and see how the whole clutch is removed? Now you just take this off here. And then you want to thread these off because you need to get the screw out. All right, so now that we got that loose, consider our puller over here. You're going to remove this screw. This is what holds the clutch on. And now we can remove the clutch. All right, simple as that. Now I can clean all this muck out of here, and we can also get this glazing off of this, because this clutch has clearly been off and on, off and on, off and on so much that it's did a nice little sheen on there. So I will show you guys how to fix that. All right, for this part, this is what I like to do. And guys, I want to note, I'm not saying this is the only way to do this or the way to do this. This is how I'm doing it, all right? So this is just a way you guys can do it. I'd like to set this up here so that this centerpiece clears everything, okay? Clears your vise. I got this on soft jaws, so we're not marring anything up. I like to set my screwdriver in right there on this like this. Hold this up here, and I like to take my rubber mallet, plastic end, and just beat that out. All right, just like that. And that unfolds all the clutch so we can get all the springs out. Okay, it's as simple as that, guys. It's not rocket science. It's gravy. For this part, you want to lay your clutch down here like this so you know how your springs go in. And we're going to be taking out the 7,000 RPM clutch springs, and we're going to be putting in the DDM approximate 5,600 RPM clutch springs. Now, why are we doing this mod? Well, these 7,000 RPM clutch springs tend to bring this engine in right here, right at the beginning or well into the engine's torque curve is when the clutch locks up and takes off. What that does is cause an excessive hit to the drivetrain of the diffs and diff pins on the raminator. And, you know, we're only dealing with pins this big right here, guys. All right? And what are these pins? Chinesium steel. And what does British power do to Chinesium? It breaks it, son. All right? It's as simple as that. So I highly recommend tailorizing your drivetrain and using these springs. What these springs will do is engage the clutch and lock the engine up right before its torque curve. So that initial hit to the drivetrain is not so heavy duty, man. All right, that's the idea of putting in these clutch saver clutch springs. It's easier on the clutch, and well, I wouldn't say it's any easier on the clutch. The clutch can handle a fast, hard lockup. That's what you want. You don't want slipping, but it's just gonna soften the hit to the drivetrain. That's the main thing that we're going for here. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys out. And you want to note the springs, the hooks go down. Okay, these just drop right in. Here's the one I cut. Springs are in. Now we can beat that back in place. All right, for this part, what you're gonna do is, see how I got this positioned at an angle here? See the shoes? You're just basically gonna scrunch it up and fit it over here like so. All right? And then you can work this down over the clutch. Like so, see? It's as simple as that, guys. That's how easy that piece is to get back on, okay? Clutch installed. You want to check it, make sure all your hooks are through and everything and all the springs are fully seated. Now, let's condition this clutch. All right, you guys see that glassiness right there? That comes from an incorrect tune and too much off and on the clutch. That's not good, okay? That burns your clutch, messes it up. And this is claimed to be a serviceless clutch, okay? So what you do is take your 220 grit sandpaper and you're just gonna lightly scuff this back to new. You're not pressing hard. You're barely sanding, okay? You just remove, you don't want to remove any material. You're just removing the sheen and getting the clutch face reconditioned. See there? Not shiny. Focus. Not shiny, like new. All right, we're gonna do that to all three sides and she's gonna be back golden, son. We're gonna go ahead and get this put back together. But first, I wanna clean the threads. Now we're gonna get this put back on. Always shake your Loctite before every use. I'm gonna put a little bit on the screw there. Just set this right on here. Just got to be snug, guys. You ain't got to get it super tight. I've turned it till it stops. Okay, it stopped. And then we're going to snug it. That's it. And we're going to Loctite these as well. All right, Dunsky, Sunsky, simple as that. Your clutch for the Ram Jam is in there like swimwear. Clean, neat, tight and right. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. If you liked it, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and come on back for some more action, because next video, we're gonna be doing some more engine work on Mom's engine. Right here, we got the little 32cc Zen all torn down. It's going to be getting ready to be painted. Yep, so we need to get this clutch off of here, and I'm going to do a different spring and everything and put a different housing on there to make this Baja accommodateable. So you guys stay tuned. Come on back. I'll catch you on the next one. Eastside RC is out.